never want to miss it.
What a race we have in store for us.
Great job!
Well, from the smiles I'm seeing inside of here, I think that is quite the taste of what's to come. But behind any project like this, an epic project, there has to take visionaries. And it is more than my esteemed honor to welcome on stage with us Stefano Domenicali, the president and CEO of F1, and Greg Maffei, the president and CEO of Liberty Mutual. Stephanie?
Media. But anyway.
It's all right. Thank you, Amanda. I mean, thanks to you all. It's a great honor and very happy to be here together tonight to announce Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix for November 2023. I want to thank Governor Sisolak for his incredible support, and everyone has made this possible, including Commissioner Gibson and Steve Hill and all the partners here. They have done something really incredible. Look, this iconic backdrop, and there is nowhere better for Formula One to be here. It's impressive. And in November 2023, the best racing on the planet will be on the street of Las Vegas under these lights. It'll be amazing. For us, this is a perfect partnership, I have to say. The excitement, the intensity of Formula One in this entertainment capital of the world. Formula One has huge momentum. And we are growing around the world, and this is the reason why also, because the enthusiasm is super. The United States is a massive focus for us, there's no doubt about it. And we are seeing the fans here growing all the time. And the races in Las Vegas will be huge. And this will be a part of our growing path for the sport to be to another level. We want to excite all our fans. And the race will be on the street of the city, and will be a Saturday night race. And the cars will be so quick here around the location that will be a thrill moment for all of us. And we truly look forward to partnering with all the local stakeholders and investing in the community all around here. There will be a huge benefit for Las Vegas over the partnership for all the business here and all the community. Building this race will be a joint effort, and we are looking forward doing this together. I mean, Greg and I are really passionate about this incredible sport, and we are confident that Formula One here and in Vegas will be a tremendous success. Greg, what do you think?
Thank you, Stefano. I absolutely agree. So many of you that are out here have been an important part of bringing us to this moment, and I want to thank you for not only being present, but for all the great work that was done by so many to make this happen. As Stefano noted, the momentum of Formula One has been demonstrated over the last several seasons, and we've seen that potential turn into a reality as we've watched our fan base grow around the world, but especially here in the U.S. It is precisely that opportunity that enticed Formula One and Liberty Media to assume the promoter role for this event, which is somewhat different for us, where we're really taking a larger role because of our belief in the opportunity and our belief in Las Vegas. We believe racing on these historic streets, the special relationship with our local partners, especially our friend here, Michael Rapino and Live Nation, and our growing fan base will make the Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix a marquee event on the calendar. As Stefano noted, Formula One is a global sport, and being here in Vegas, where so many incredible sporting and entertainment events happen, is another great story in our 72-year history. I'm certain the drivers, and you'll hear more about it shortly, and the teams are all going to love being here, and the fans from around the world will tune in to see this incredible event. We have been and will continue to be responsive to our local stakeholders and are committed to making this event a success for F1, our local partners, and our fans. We look forward to a historic race in November of 2023. Thank you.
Greg Maffei, the president and CEO of Liberty Media, and Stefano Domenicali, the president and F1 of Formula One. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, can we even imagine a perfect drop like this to have such a great race for not only the fans, for the teams, for the constrictors. We're also going to have just the success that Six City is going to bring. And as we build off the success that Formula One has had over the last couple of years, the new rules, new teams, the great rivalries, and of course that edge of your seat action that all of us know and love. That is what's exciting about the Fort. And as we welcome in our partners to the stage, I have on with me Steve Hill, the CEO of Las Vegas Convention and the Visitors Authority, the Clark County Commissioner, Jim Gibson, and the governor of the great state of Nevada, Steve Sisolak. And Steve, thank you so much for joining us here this evening. How important is this to you in the great state of Nevada?
Amanda, thank you so much for having me. I cannot begin to tell you the importance that this is. What happens in Las Vegas only happens in Las Vegas, and we are so looking forward to having this opportunity. We don't normally have a press conference at 7:30 at night, but this is unusual, and we're so excited to see the lights of the Las Vegas Strip because of this event that you're announcing here this evening. We're so excited. Adding Formula One to the Las Vegas underscores what I've been saying for a while, that Nevada is not only the sports capital of the world, but with Formula One, it's truly a global sport, and we're the entertainment and sports capital of the world here in Las Vegas. We're looking down at one of the most iconic, famous strips in the world, famous streets in the world. I can't wait to see this street with Formula One cars traveling 200 miles per hour down this Las Vegas Strip. It's absolutely amazing. My daughter's here with me this evening. She taught me so much about Formula One. I'm excited to have us here and have this event moving forward. I am laser focused, that's my job, on our economy as governor, and we know the economic impact that Formula One is going to have on this community is enormous. We are anticipating 170,000 visitors to town to watch this race. They will accommodate 400,000 room nights, which is absolutely amazing. And the economic impact the direct economic impact is approaching $500 million, and the indirect impact will be over $1 billion by the time we're done. We could not be more proud of this. It's also a point of pride that out of the 23 Formula One races next year, Las Vegas will be only one of 5 street circus races, which is really exciting for us. And if they do it, you can do it in Las Vegas, and nobody puts on a party with Las Vegas. We've hosted drafts, and we're going to host a Super Bowl, but the opportunity to host a Formula One race is something, and I predict that this will be the iconic race, the flagship race of F1 within a couple of years. That's how well this is going to be received. So it's a thrill to be here. It's a pretty select company to be one of the cities that are chosen for this. I am grateful, and I can't thank Greg and Stefano enough for their partnership on this. We've been talking for a long time, and they've made several flights over from Europe to get here and to talk about it, and I'm thankful for that. I'm grateful for what Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix will mean for our business and for our residents, and we wish you nothing but the best. So thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Governor Sisolak. And Jim, as Commissioner of Clark County, how big is this for you guys?
This is huge for us. There really has never been anything quite like this because of the global nature of the event. And I serve as the chair of the Clark County Commission. There are 7 of us, and each one of us would have done anything to be standing here. So I feel lucky that I lived through it. The excitement is something that we can't contain. We were here together with Formula One just a few weeks ago, and we had in the back of our minds, because we knew of the work that was being done, that we were going to be here this evening. Tonight's announcement is a huge accomplishment for our destination, and the nearly 2.5 million people that live in this valley that we represent in Clark County are every bit as thrilled as we are. Really, from top to bottom, this is an exciting thing. Well, it'll be a huge coordinated effort. So we have virtually all of the departments at Clark County are going to be engaged in making this happen. And it's one thing we know how to do in Las Vegas. Marquee events in Las Vegas are something that happen not as a matter of fact, and they're not just common, but they happen here a lot, and this will be something that will enable us to be even more a global city like we know we have become. We are especially excited to be able to dedicate our commitment to success of this Formula One marquee race in 2023. We're very excited about it. Thank you very much.
And Steve, just Just listening to all the pieces of this come together, I have to imagine the creativity and the adaptability to pull something off like this is just mega. How did you do it?
Well, I didn't do it. Las Vegas did it. Las Vegas does this as better than any city in the world. It's not easy. You can see what it's going to take in order to turn the Strip into a circuit for a Grand Prix in the next 18 or 19 months. But this is a community, this is a state that knows how to do that. We do it every weekend for hundreds of thousands of our visitors. This is going to be an unbelievable event. I want to thank the governor and Chair Gibson for all of their help. As Chair Gibson said, he stands here representing the entire county board and all of the staff who we turn to make this city work. And I want you to know that we appreciate all the work that all of your folks have done in order to get us here. I also want to recognize our resort partners up and down this corridor, and I'd like to ask our founding partners to stand. We have Tom Reed here with Caesars Entertainment. We have Bill Hornbuckle here with MGM Resorts International, and Brian Goldbrands with Wynn Resorts. Gentlemen, thank you for all you have done in leading this destination to this night. We appreciate it very much. I also want to take the opportunity to thank Stefano, Greg, and frankly, your entire team, Renee, Chloe, Emily, who've done all this work over the last number of months to get us here this evening. Stefano has a job that makes him stay awake, I think, 24 hours a day. He is on the other side of the world often when we're trying to talk. The commitment that you have made to Las Vegas, this entire community appreciates. We are going to meet that commitment back with you. This is going to be tremendous. You know, our job at the LVCVA is to sell Las Vegas. We don't have to sell this. All we have to do is say it. Formula One, Saturday night, on the Strip in Las Vegas, everybody's eyes light up. This is going to be amazing. We can't wait.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, and thank you, gentlemen, for being a part of this epic night with us tonight. Well, now that the event has been announced and we know how the event came together, the last thing to talk about is how the hard work is going to begin and who's going to take that task. And joining us on stage is Michael Rapino, the president and CEO of Live Nation. And Michael, less than 20 months. What's next?
Thank you. Appreciate you. And I appreciate Formula One and Liberty for bringing Live Nation here. We love Vegas. We have done tens of millions of fans from stadium dates to Electric Daisy. And we do 20,000, 30,000 shows a year around the world. But to be part of this magical event in Vegas, we're thrilled. My partners at C3, who produce Lollapalooza and many other big events, and Pascal Ritelli, who produces Electric Daisy, 400,000 people, they're going to work with us. Our job is simple. You're bringing the magic to the Strip. Vegas is one of the greatest cities in the world. And if we can bring that live entertainment party to that weekend and make this the greatest Formula One race of the year, as well as the greatest party, then we've done our job. My team is excited to be doing something other than Lollapalooza and a BTS concert. This is really exciting and something different in our ball. So we're excited. We're thrilled. I should have wore the blazer. I thought about it before in the car. But I'm thrilled to be part of this, and we're also partners in promoting this. So this is a big opportunity and a big event for Live Nation. So thank you to Stefano.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Well, it has been an incredible start to the season. The first two races left everyone on the edge of their seats, but don't let me speak for it. Let's take a look at what's happened so far this year.
Brand new season, brand new tour. It's the Bahrain Grand Prix. A new adventure in Formula One. Lights out, away we go. And Charles Leclerc's going to try and shut the door on Max Verstappen. And here comes Max Verstappen to take the lead. And Verstappen's down the inside again. Leclerc, for the second lap running, has retaken the lead. This is real racing. Charles Leclerc wins the opening Grand Prix of 2022. Here we are in Jeddah then. It's lights out and away we go. Perez does get away well, comes over to cover off Leclerc, and the two Alpines going for it. Fernando Alonso almost in the wall.
great that we've got fighting between teammates.
Into the barriers. That's going to be a safety car, surely. Verstappen's got DRS. He's going to try and go round the outside. Charles Leclerc holds on to the lead.
That was impressive.
This is the best racing you could ever possibly imagine.
And this time around, it's Max Verstappen that wins out.
What an epic season this is shaping up to be.
Nice. That was good.
And that's just the first two races of the season. As you guys have seen here tonight, it takes goodwill, great people, and an even greater city. But you know what else it takes? The best drivers in the world. And their reaction to this moment was as surprising as ours was. Let's take a look.
Are we gonna race there?
No.
That's epic.
It's gonna be a pretty hardcore event.
No way! We went there?
We're gonna race there.
No way!
Yeah.
Has it been confirmed? No way! Is that how you're telling it to me?
Yeah.
No way, I cannot believe it.
Is this true?
Yeah.
It's happening?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
No. Really?
Yeah. It will be a night race on the strip. So on the
Oh,
streets
wow.
of Vegas.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. Are we gonna take that main
Yeah,
road?
down the main strip.
No.
Yeah. At night, yeah.
That's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Probably more fun for the team members and the audience than the drivers themselves.
Hopefully we can all meet at the casino.
I'm sure that some drivers will spend some money in the casinos and hopefully try and gain it back on Sunday.
Red and black, baby. All my earnings will be going on number 4.
That's crazy. I think we'll find a few drivers in the casinos then. Me being one of them.
Yeah, that's one place I would like to go.
How I'm gonna focus that weekend. There's gonna be so much going on.
Need a little detox week.
If you call it detox, yeah.
I cannot imagine what it's going to be like. It's just going to be absolutely madness. Let's go.
That's gonna be unbelievable.
There it is.
It's gonna be fun.
I was going to retire. I will not know more.
All right, who's rooting for Shooty at the Las Vegas Grand Prix? I think we all might be in here. Well, it is the time of the program that we are going to turn this over to the press that have joined us here tonight. We're going to start in the audience here. I believe Jenna Fryer is on site with us from the Associated Press. Jenna?
Hi, thanks. Jenna Fryer, Associated Press. I have two questions for Greg and Stefano. Two things that you said in your opening remarks. One, the United States is a very important market, and two, so important that you guys are going to promote this yourselves, which is very different. If you can expand on that, why you're going after the United States and why you'll take this leap.
Stefano, you want to take the United States and I'll take the promotion part?
Well, United States, if you think where we were just 3 years ago, difficult to have one Grand Prix full of people, and now we are heading to a situation where this year we're going to have 2 events totally sold out, is giving you the magnitude of what the U.S. will represent for Formula One. We feel the vibes. We feel that is really something that needs to belong to this country, and this is a huge opportunity. You know, to think that next year we're going to have 3 races in U.S. If you think once again back a couple of years ago, we said, like, you're crazy. And that's really where we are so focused on making sure this would be really one of the most important markets for Formula One. Without forgetting, of course, that we were born in Europe, we are a worldwide sport. And this is our dimension, and we will stay as it is in that respect.
You might not forget Europe because you might notice that Stefano is Italian. To reiterate just his point about the U.S., if you look back a few years ago, in our original race in the U.S. over the last few years in Austin, they were selling under 100,000 tickets. This year, they did over 400,000. So the demand is massive. And we're seeing that reflected across the world, but really here in the U.S. And when we bought the company a little over 5 years ago, we saw that opportunity. We saw the potential, and we saw that there was a role to do more than just showing up and letting our local partner do it, that we could have a larger role and do things as we are here in conjunction with, obviously, a lot of partners in the audience, but also with Live Nation, to have that Liberty and Formula One would be larger and have a bigger role than just being the global sport that we are. And that's the opportunity we see, and particularly the opportunity here in Vegas.
So here we are. As you mentioned, COTA had a little difficulty getting rolling.
I think Bobby Epstein would
correct,
smile
correct.
today about those days.
Correct, yes. You're going to have 3 races. I think that we can all say that the popularity has exploded behind a TV show in this country. It is a fickle country audience. How do you not dilute the market?
I go?
Sure.
No dilution is an added value for everyone because we are hitting the different targets in terms of demographic, in terms of location. And as I said, the beauty of the growth of our sport in this country is we are hitting a lot of young generation, a young person that are starting to be thrilled by our sport. And we were seeing before our guys, the drivers, very young. They have the responsibility of sharing through the social channel also who they are, promoting our sport, and through them, I think there will be a great connection to develop the sport in the right dimension with the right values.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's unique about Formula One, maybe not unique, but certainly special, is the global nature. And when you see, as Stefano pointed out, the audience that shows up in Miami will be a global audience. The audience that shows up in Austin already is a global audience. And I'm absolutely positive that the audience that shows up in Las Vegas will be a global audience. It's not just going to be the U.S. audience.
Chris Medlin with SiriusXM.
Yeah, thanks, Chris Medlin. Question for Stefano. Given the location, the setting on the strip, and the fact that the track layout you've got looks like it actually will be good for racing, was this like your perfect scenario for a new race to add to the calendar?
I think the answer is absolutely yes, because at the end of the day, we are a sport that has needs to make sure that the racing is real. But adding the real racing in an incredible context is the perfect combination of what Formula One stands today. It's emotion, it's passion, it's business, it's relationship, it's culture, and it's intensity. And this is the reason why, this is the perfect place to be.
Jeff McFadden. Well, gentlemen, as we're getting ready for this next question, Steve, I'm going to come to you quickly on this. Talk about just seeing the strip with the red lights.
Well, it's a fantastic celebration. No street in the world lights up like the Las Vegas Strip. And to have the opportunity to light it up with the partnership announcement with F1 and Las Vegas for a 23 race is just terrifically exciting. We've turned the strip red. We are going to do it for years going forward.
Jess McFadden.
Okay, Ron Futrell from CBS in Las Vegas. A few questions for you, Steve. First of all, the financial commitment from the Convention Authority is what? I'm curious on that. Also, the length of the track. It looks like a long track. Are you perhaps one of the longest tracks? What is it, kilometer? Is it 7 kilometers? It looks
6.2.
Well, 6.2? Okay. And also, Drive to Survive has been one of the most successful shows. We haven't seen season 5 drop yet. Wondering on the status of that one. Does Apple have anything? Do some of the Apple deals have anything to do with that? Or
so we can't actually have season 5 drop because it's got to get filmed. We just dropped season 4, but we're happy to report. I think our Netflix friends would be happy to report that it's been the #1 show in 33 countries around the world already. And the season 4 audience is already larger than the season 3 audience. So it's a huge success. I think there are a lot of other factors that have helped drive our popularity, but that certainly is one that we don't discount.
Okay, and Steve, thanks.
Yeah, Ron, we think it's a great investment. It is something that is going to come back to pay the city over and over again. We've committed to about a $6.5 million a year investment into the race to provide public safety, fire protection, volunteer services, a number of services that every city provides when they have an event like this.
Thank you, guys. We have more time for another question. Yes, ma'am?
Hi, it's Jess McFadden. You found me. Obviously, this is a move to a Saturday night format. Firstly, what was the thinking behind that? And do you see any problems with the maybe more European audience in that it's not at a regular scheduling time for race formats?
Stefano, do you want to take that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is a perfect time and perfect slot for that event in this context. You know, Formula One cannot be static, cannot be, you know, showing the fact that being in such a position to have a race on Saturday at 3 o'clock p.m. That would be a total mistake. And that's the reason why we are flexible. We are showing that that's the right moment to have the best show in this context. And I don't see any problem on that. And if you think actually what is, in terms of timing in Europe, represented the racing time we have decided is 10 p.m. Saturday night is perfect because also that audience will be connected. By the way, if we could have done even earlier or later, everyone would be connected that night with Las Vegas. There's no doubt.
I think we're going to find real happiness among all those teenagers who now have to get up early on Saturday morning and Sunday morning and complain that the races are on too early in Europe. Now they'll be able to stay up late on Saturday night and enjoy it.
And one more question. Jenna?
Hi, some of it's just housekeeping. Can you say how long the contract is for?
The contract so far is been settled for 3 years, but the plan is to stay longer.
Forever?
This is Las Vegas.
We hope.
Why have you not revealed the actual date yet? Is that still a moving target?
I think there's some, this event is confirmed. There's some loose ends to get tied up contractually with some folks that will, and when we have those done, we'll announce the actual date.
Okay. Colton Herta has been signed to test a little. He's maybe going to be an American who can get some seat time. You're chasing the United States market. Is an American driver and or team important to Formula One?
It's important, but it has to be real. It's important because, of course, you know, people are making the difference. They are the protagonists. Everyone is connected with the faces. Is something that is always a reference, but it has to be real. It has to be quick, because otherwise it will be a boomerang. And that's why we are working also with the American Federation to invest in that. It's for sure a journey that is not easy to accomplish. It will take time, but for sure is in our focus. It will have for sure a very big effect, and that's the reason why we are working together, respecting the roles, but from the commercial point of view, or from the organizer and promoter point of view, who wants to develop the business in US, a woman or a man driver would be very important.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for tonight.
I just say we have an American team, just to note. We have Haas. And I think having an event like this in Las Vegas, all the other things that we're doing in the U.S., is only going to make it more likely we soon have an American driver.
Thank you, gentlemen, and we appreciate everyone's time this evening. It is good night from here at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas, or as they say in F1, it's lights out and away we go, Las Vegas.